Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Conrado show, where passion, purpose, and power is what we transpire on this particular program. And this evening, we are going to have a discussion with members from Pure Earth Ghana. They are here to give us some public awareness when it comes to the use of lead and mercury that is polluting our environment, especially in an age where galamsey has become something that is really worrying our environment and our country. This evening on the Conrado show, we are going to hear from the project manager in the person of Blessing Enyonam Gbadago, who is going to share with us what Pure Earth Ghana is all about and why Ghanaians need to be concerned about the use of lead and mercury in terms of its pollution in our environment. My name is Dennis Abbey, your host for the Conrado show this evening. And so we'll go for a quick break. When we come back, Enyonam will be joining us and we'll get a conversation going. There is a video that will be showing to you from Pure Earth Ghana as part of what they have been doing in curbing this particular problem. We'll be back after this break.
Lead pollution has plagued our communities, posing a severe threat to our health, especially that of our children. But there is hope. Welcome to Lead-Free Future, a documentary that uncovers our remarkable efforts to remediate a lead-polluted site and restore lives. The journey begins by delving into methods employed to remediate the contaminated site. We witness the meticulous process of soil testing, excavation, plastering, building cleaning, and pavement. The technical advisor explains innovative techniques such as soil capping, backfilling, and building cleaning, showcasing how these methods are applied to neutralize the impact on the environment. Precautions are paramount to protect individuals during the remediation process. We learn about the stringent safety measures implemented, including personal protective equipment, dust control, and proper waste disposal. Interviews with workers and safety experts shed light on the significance of these precautions in safeguarding both the environment and human health. But amid these shadows, a beacon of hope emerges, a journey into remediation, a collective effort to reclaim our spaces and protect our loved ones.
Pure Earth is committed to addressing toxic environmental pollution in Ghana, and as part of this, we are joining hands with partners to restore a polluted site to its natural state. We believe that we have the technical expertise to be able to address lead contamination and restore the environment to its natural state. We've been working, as you can see, on this area with machines, polluted soil, and the expertise is that this leaded soil will be removed, excavated, and then will restore with a fresh soil, making the environment sound and ready to be used again. So, calling on all well-meaning environmentalists, funders to join hands with Pure Earth to be able to address such toxic sites across the country.
United, we redefine our narrative, excavating the past, introducing nature's allies to heal our soil, and embracing the green promise of a lead-free horizon. Join us in this pivotal journey. Together, we rewrite the stories of our communities, ensuring lead-free horizons for generations to come.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Is the project manager for Pure Earth Ghana, Miss Blessing Enyonam Gbadago. Blessing, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you this evening.
Good to be here.
Great. Let's delve into conversation. We just watched a video from Pure Earth advocating for us to stay safe in our environments and trying to make sure that all of us and our loved ones are living in a very safe environment. Tell us a bit about Pure Earth Ghana. What is Pure Earth Ghana, if we hear it?
All right. Thank you very much, Daniel. And then good evening, people. So Pure Earth is an environmental NGO. We are an international body that is dedicated to solving toxic pollution. We are a body that is stationed with our headquarters in New York and then with our presence in over 25 countries. We have a mission where we partner with governments, with academia, with communities to identify and also implement solutions that address public health concerns and also restore environments. Yes, we have a vision where we want a world that is free and toxic free. We want children to be able to live to their full potential, that is free of toxic pollution. They're able to live freely and then live to their expected potential. So in a nutshell, this is what Pure Earth is about. Yeah.
Why is Pure Earth focusing much on creating awareness when it comes to lead and mercury pollution?
All right, so you know, lead and then mercury are two heavy metals. They are toxic metals which have numerous effects. They affect everybody, but then especially children. You know, children are very prone and susceptible to some of these effects of lead and mercury. Lead, for instance, is able to mimic calcium. You know, the developing brains and bones of children require calcium and then, you know, certain vitamins and then minerals. Lead is able to mimic some of these and then therefore hiding itself or cloning itself like calcium in the body of these children. And at the end of the day, it leads to low IQ. It blocks their cognitive development. And then at the end of the day, it also causes, you know, aggression, some behavioral expressions you see in children. It also leads to cardiovascular diseases in adults. Yes, so these are some of the effects of lead and then mercury in our society. So what we intend to do is, you know, create these awareness. We want this to be off the streets. Solutions are possible. We have solutions. We know in the late 20th centuries, we had other high-income countries, you know, tackling this issue. You know, they set out solutions, they enforced regulations, and now they are in a much better positions. But when you come to low and middle income countries like Ghana, we are in a space where even some of these sources are now being identified. And then we know that since this has been replicated elsewhere, since this has been done elsewhere, in Ghana, we can get to a point where we can replicate this enforcement, and at the end of the day, we will be free from toxic exposure. At the end of the day, we are going to, you know, have minimal cases of cardiovascular diseases, violence, and so on and so forth in the community. So this is what we strive to achieve at Pure Earth.
As part of your activities at Pure Earth, what do you think has become or has been the problem with a country like Ghana having to deal with some of these effects as a result of high usage of lead and mercury substances?
Okay, so I think I'll tackle this from one point is the source identification. You know, there's been literature, there's been, you know, it's been sort of an abstract. But then when it comes to from the issue of mercury, you know, the issue of galamsey has been in the media space for some time now, so this awareness is coming up. But when it comes to lead, for instance, it is even now coming to light. I am sure prior to this, you also had the similar experience of not really knowing about pure earth or even what lead pollution, how major of an issue it is. You know, so one challenge is we know this is a problem, but then as to whether the lay individual, as to whether people who are involved in certain activities that exposes them to, you know, lead and mercury pollution has been created, or these awareness has been created within this community of people, it's a challenge. So we know that awareness creation is very, very, very key. Aside, you know, partnering with governments, implementing programs and projects and solutions to save or to, you know, curb this situation, the main challenge is, you know, the identification, and then it goes on and on and on. Yeah.
Let me take you in there again, but do you think we haven't done enough, or we are not doing enough as a country in terms of trying to create this awareness? The fight against galamsey has been well over close to a decade now. Actively, we decided to, I mean, during the previous administration. Do you think a country as Ghana hasn't done enough in terms of educating people, even if it comes to the use of mercury alone? Lead, like you've mentioned, is now gaining momentum in terms of awareness, but with mercury, why has it been so? Why haven't we done enough?
Okay, so your question is, do you think we've done enough? Okay, so I would say there is a lot more to be done. Okay, there's a lot that could be also done. You know, I would, you know, not say we are not putting in our best, but then we partner with government, we partner with the EPA, Minerals Commission, and then other governmental agencies, and you could see the push from that front. But the issue is vast. Okay, it's a big issue that needs enforcement. Okay. So we are in the process of, you know, bringing together a partnership. Even for the lead, for instance, we just launched a national lead technical working group to address some of these issues. So we know it's something that is far ahead of us, but then with some of these efforts that we are making, by and by, and then little by little, we are going to get there. Yes, that's I want to, you know, preach the positivity. It can be done. They are doing a lot, but then a lot more could and can be done. Okay. Yes, that's what I would say. Interesting.
Now, let me ask you, why in Ghana specifically do we find the use of lead or mercury the most? Okay, as part of the sources.
Yes. So I'll tackle mercury first. For mercury sources, we know it's mostly in the artisanal, small-scale mining. And let me even limit it to more of the illegal miners. These are the mining areas. This is where you find most of them using the mercury. You know, it's more or less like it's not there. But then once you get to the site, you see someone, they've tied it. You see women even tie it in their clothes, some in their rooms. You ask for it and then they bring it out. And this is something they use on a daily basis. This is what they use in, you know, what they say, the amalgamation, to be able to extract the gold from the mercury. So this is one dominant area where you can find the use of mercury and then its effects in the country. So all the mining, almost all the mining regions in Ghana, you can find it there. I think 13 out of 16 of regions in this country is actively involved in gold mining. Now, coming down to lead sources, we have the industrial sources and then we have other sources as well. So for industrial sources, you know, car batteries. Once your car battery gets to its end of life, people tend to leave it anywhere. We have some recyclers. We have the formal and then the informal. Some of the sources is mostly the informal battery recyclers. They take the lead out of the battery, recycle them into ingots, and then sell it off to companies in country and even outside country. Now, you know, they call it the black gold actually, and then it makes them a lot of money. The issue is the recycling of the battery is not an issue, but the way and manner in which the battery is being recycled is the issue here.
I see.
Yes, because you can do it, it's done elsewhere where they are able to, you know, recycle the batteries and then they do not get to expose themselves. But we have these informal recyclers with little to no knowledge about recycling and then the dangers of lead. They recycle the clothes they wear, they take it home. And then some of them, you come back from home, awa too. Your children hug you. Let dust get to, you know, transfer on to them. You get to some of them, they don't wash their hands, and these are ways by which from industrial sources it can get to the homes. Even in the industrial area, once they are burning this leaded materials, the smoke emitting out of the burning also is being inhaled. So that's a direct exposure. When they take it home, skin exposure through eating, they are exposed. Now that's for the industrial. When you come to other sources, we've done some studies here in Ghana. We've done home-based assessments. We've done market assessments where we've, you know, bought various consumer items to identify the lead content in them. And then we identify the number. We look at cosmetics, especially the eyeliner. Traditionally called chilo, some people call it koli, utilized especially by the either Muslims or Northerners. And that's one thing that we realized, that it was dominant over there. This is something that we tested, and then we realized that it was completely lead. We measured it and it was like 1 million parts per million. So that's like entirely lead. And then this is utilized on the eyes of even children. So imagine children using this. That's a direct exposure. Now that's one route directly into the eye. Okay, and then, you know, we partnered with UNICEF and then Ghana Health Service, where we did a blood lead screening across 3 ecological zones, the northern region, Ashanti region, and then the Greater Accra region. And then we realized that over 50% of the children had blood lead levels above the World Health Organization's recommended thresholds. In the northern region, that where I say they use eyeliner a lot, we had about 70 to 80% of the children having blood lead level above the threshold.
This is dangerous.
Yeah,
very dangerous.
Quite alarming. Unfortunately. But then, you know, what we do is not just to instill fear, but this is building evidence that this is actually the case. Okay, well, what we try to do is to implement solutions, is to partner with governments, communities, empower them to identify some of these sources, to eliminate these sources, to implement solutions that will work. And at the end of the day, we want the children, we the youth and children, to be able to live to our full potential, and then even for the adults to live lives without cardiovascular diseases and so on and so forth.
Let me, you did mention that some of these things, especially the use of lead, comes as a result of little or no knowledge at all about the effect of lead and all of that. But do you think some of the people who are in there is because they actually know nothing about what even the car battery is made of? They know there's car battery, there's a substance in there that if I take out can fetch me money, can do but do not know what exactly the substance actually is. And if it's so, how are we actually going to let these people, because somebody has done this thing for say 15-20 years, how can we come in as pure earth to educate this person and say, please, the effect of what you've been doing for the past 2 decades is A, B, and C. How will the person accept to say, let me change for my ways?
All right, so this is an interesting thing. Like you said, people do not know that it's even lead. Some even know that it is lead. There's a tree name for it, I've forgotten, but some know it is lead, but as to whether it is harming them, you know, when they don't know the harmful effects, that's when they don't know what to do, or they deem, they need to get their money and then they are good to go. But some do not even know that it comes with certain effects. So as Pure Earth, I think we have a story, I think in the documentary that was shown, we had the story of a woman who worked in one of these recycling facilities, and she narrated how she had issues with, her menses and so on and so forth. These are things that are attributed to lead pollution. Okay, so with empirical data, with exemplary stories like that of the lady you saw, we want to drive change. We actually have community awareness programs where we have community debates, we assemble leaders of various communities, and then, educate them about lead pollution. All right. We know we've done this in areas that we know that we have very high lead levels in there, but then there are other areas that we also need to focus on. So by and by, day by day, we are still collaborating with bodies, especially on the ground, to be able to push this message through for them to, get the awareness that, oh no, even though I've been using this for the past 20 years, even though I've been doing this, this is the possible side effect. This is the story of someone who has been exposed before. So there and then it's able to sink, and then they're able to change their ways.
Interesting. We are talking to the project manager from Pure Earth Ghana, and I'm stunned by some of the statistics and some of the figures she's mentioning. 70 to 80% of people in the northern region making use of the lead products without even being so much aware of the effect. That is very alarming, but that is why Pure Earth Ghana has come and is here to help us know some of these effects and how we can actually come in support to make sure that all of us stay in a very safe environment. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from Blessing and get to know what are some of the partnerships they've built and some communities they've worked in with, and what the improvement have been from these past experiences that they've had. We'll be back after this break. We are done.
Are you interested in building yourself in the media sector? Do you want to be a journalist, a videographer, a photographer, or any media personnel? Then Heritage Media Center is the right place to be. Ashon Michaelina is my name, a student of the Heritage Media Center. Heritage Media Center is just not centered on theory, but mostly about practicals. I am a student studying both journalism and multimedia. Someone would ask, can I study both journalism and multimedia? Yes, you can, and it also comes with a discount. Studying at Heritage Media Center gives you the opportunity to have access to all learning materials. Here at Heritage Media Center, we have the best lectures. Their main aim is to make sure we get the best of understanding. Come to Heritage Media Center and have that quality education.
Hi there, my name is Nuruddin Adams, a proud product of this noble institution. Heritage Christian University is not just a learning place, but a community that transforms lives and empowers its students to become compassionate entrepreneur leaders. My journey here has truly been life-changing, and I invite you to come experience the same. Whether your passion is into business, nursing, midwifery, psychology, communication studies, multimedia technology, information technology, or theology and ministry, Heritage has tailored these programs for both the undergraduate and graduate studies to suit your goal. If you're ever ready to take your education to the next level, then pick up an application form and join us today. At Heritage, you are never alone. As members of the community, we'll stand and walk with you every step of the way. Welcome to Heritage Christian University.
This is still the Conrado Show, and today we are creating a public awareness through the Pure Earth Ghana, and they are telling us about lead and mercury pollution. A lot of insights have been shared already from the project manager, Ms. Blessing Enyonam, Gbadago, and we are going to talk more about some of the partnerships they've built over the past few years they've been in Ghana, and then also talk about some of the communities they've visited and what sort of improvements that have been made in terms of all of these activities that they've done. Listen, you've already shared some insights and trying to psych all of us to embrace the change that Pure Earth Ghana is bringing on board. Now, I know you have a partnership with Matter Youth Foundation.
Yes, yes.
Tell us a bit about our partnership and how it ropes into the activity or the agenda.
All right, thank you very much. So yes, Pure Earth is, partnering with Matter Youth Foundation on this year's Environmental Youth Summit.
Okay.
Youth Empowerment Summit. That's a YES program that is happening in Tamale on the 16th of August. I think next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes. We recognize this opportunity as we recognize this summit as an opportunity for Pure to be able to empower the youth. Yes, we want to create that awareness even at the level of the youth, so that we'll be able to drive some of this, change. We also have partnership with other youth organizations, that's the All African Students Union.
Okay.
We've partnered with University of Ghana, Department of Earth Science. We want the youth also to carry this message. We do this by, creating communicating with them in ways they can understand, visualizing contents that they are able to absorb, understand, and also, educate their family, their communities, their society in turn. So it's sort of a chain, empowering the youth to be able to also drive this change and then make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aside this year's summit, over the past few years, have you had any engagement with the youth, and how has the reception been from the youth, and have there been some improvements in terms of what used to be in existence and after the engagement?
Yeah, thank you very much. So we've had, like I mentioned, our partnership with the University of Ghana. That was a year ago during one of the youth celebration days, where we were able to, divulge this issue of lead pollution and mercury pollution to them. I'm also a youth, and then this is somewhere I have also been not so long ago. So I was able to communicate with the youth on the level of what mercury is, how it came about, how it's being used, what is being done, how it affects us, and then they were able to resonate. It was something new for some of them, but then the message was able to get to the youth in such a way that you have calls here and there, this is what I've seen here. Is this also attributed to lead poisoning or so and so? We coach them about it. They're able to spread the message wide. So I think this is one impactful engagement we've had. We've also partnered with one school, Tema Parents Association School also. Yes, we partnered with the young children. They were even able to create certain contents about lead pollution. I've had a parent reach out to me, and there's a parent who works at Environmental Protection Agency. It was like, my child came home and was talking about lead pollution, and he was able to break down things for him. So they are also now being psyched to be able to communicate, to be able to see some of these issues in their community, communicate it to the relevant or the necessary authorities to be able to pick this up. Yeah, this is some of the engagements we've had, and then it's yielding very, very good results. And we look forward to continuing this partnership with these various institutions. One, for instance, the Matter Youth Matter Foundation, that we want to expand. We want to take this opportunity to expand our projects, our programs also in the northern region. So this is going to serve as an opportunity for us to, do that as well.
Okay,
yeah.
Interesting. Now, somebody is able to suspect or in a household, they have the knowledge to be able to suspect that this could be the use of mercury or lead in my immediate environment. In such cases, what should they do?
Okay, so I think there are various avenues. One, they should report immediately to their district assemblies.
Okay.
Yes, I think the Environmental Protection Agency also has phone lines open that they can communicate to. Pure Earth, we are also available. They could reach out to us on our all social medias. Pure Earth, you Google us, you give us a call about these issues, and then we'll be able to pick it up. Okay. This is an instance we've seen before where we were called from somewhere in Greater Accra, in Accra, I think Bone area. We received a call that there's this activity that is being carried out here, and then we were also able to take it to the appropriate government agency, that's the EPA, and then they took it up. Okay. Yes.
Interesting. Now, we'll be wrapping up shortly, but from Pure Earth, what is it that you would want individuals and agencies, watching us, NGOs, and government institutions who haven't come on board just yet, what is it that you would want them to know of today?
Okay. So I'll start off with those we are partnering with. We want that continuous collaboration from the EPA, from the Ghana Standards Authority, and then other governmental agencies we are already partnering with. We want to continue that. We want their continuous support to be able to achieve this lead-free, mercury-free, toxic-free Ghana. Also, for partners or for government agencies who have not heard about it or who are not on board yet, as I've mentioned, the National Technical Lead Working Group is also there. We want to have them on board so that together we all have roles to play. We all have mandates. We all can chip in, hold in here and there. And then at the end of the day, lead and mercury will be free, will be out of the society. So we are looking forward to a world where we are able to solve pollution, we are able to save lives, and then we are protecting the planet.
Thank you very much. As we leave, any social media handles or any phone numbers to give out contact?
Yes, so Pure Earth Ghana on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, we are all over. We have our contact numbers also there, so you can reach out to us over there.
All right. Thank you very much, Blessing, for being with us this evening and sharing this insightful thoughts with us.
Thank you very much for having us.
A pleasure. We have been speaking to the project manager from Pure Earth Ghana, Blessing Enyonam Gbadago, and she has shared a lot of insights from what exactly it is that Pure Earth Ghana has brought on board to help in always bringing a very good, safe environment to this country as a result of some of the usage of lead and mercury, especially in the age of Galamsey. We are dying slowly. From some of these statistics, we are dying slowly, but Pure Earth is here to help us salvage the situation. This has been the Conrado Show, and we spoke to Pure Earth Ghana. My name is Dennis Abbey. Let's say a big thank you to Heritage Christian University. Admission for the September 2025 intake is currently ongoing. You can reach out to Heritage Admissions Office on 020-229-8399, 020-229-8399. You can also visit our website, www.hcu.edu.gh, for more information. So we'll come your way again some other time. Very good evening.
Matter Inspires Foundation presents Youth Empowerment Summit 2025. Oh yes, join us for the 10th edition of the Youth Empowerment Summit, celebrating 10 years of empowering young minds. This year's summit promises to be bigger and better. This year's event is on the theme Amplifying Youth Voices, Building Legacies. Join us on Saturday, August 16, 2025 at the Sanctuary of Wind and Fire AG Auditorium opposite King David Junction, 50 meters off the Camberley to Naili Road, Tamale, 8 a.m. sharp. Speakers: Gloria Dia, Student Doctor and Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection at UNYA Ghana. Reverend Aaron Lambon Fant, Altar, Conference Speaker, Board Chair PBC Share Limited, Senior Pastor at the Sanctuary of Wind and Fire AG. Osman Abdullahi Ayaruga Esquire, CEO, National Youth Authority, Ohiniri Gifty Auntie, Alta, Conference Speaker and CEO of GDA Media Limited. Chairperson, Georgina Asari Fiagbenu, Senior Manager, Corporate Communications, MTN Ghana. Lead Sponsor, MTN Ghana. Supported by Twisco, Savannah Opticals, Majesty Galaxy Travel and Tour, Bell Beverages, BP Events, Sports Water by Verna, Jasna Mineral Water, Days Fashion, Excellence Touch Medical Services, Fever Beverages, Savannah International Academy, Child Dream Foundation Schools, Glow Events, Lead Partner, National Youth Authority, Supporting Partners, Pure Earth, Swida GH, We North, Banyani, Feed Ghana, Songtaba, Girls to Women Foundation, Northern Girl Initiative, Basha One Foundation, Tribe Nest, Women Arise Conference, NOSAC, The Assistance Hub, Women's Support and Activist Group, Glory's Care Foundation, iValley, Media Partners, Truth TV, Wind and Fire Media, Kesme FM, Dagbon FM, Vibrant Star Sound Waves. Yes 2025 is hosted by Miss Martha Anabila, founder and CEO, Matter Inspires Foundation. This event will be live on Facebook at Matter Inspires Foundation and live on Truth TV at 9:30 a.m. on 16th August 2025. All youth are encouraged to participate in this event.